The need for the Edo State government to take the necessary steps in harnessing the state's natural resources for the development of the people was a key focus of the policy dialogue organized by the government to mark the first 100 days of the Okpebolo-led administration. Stakeholders reviewed the administration's achievements over the past 100 days and made significant recommendations. BTV News senior reporter Best Orator has the details.
Adopted by those state government in ensuring that efficient handshake.
The dialogue centered on deepening economic growth, supporting SMEs, and improving the ease of doing business, particularly in the oil and gas sector. However, stakeholders emphasized that these goals cannot be achieved without strong political will. While the Okpebolo administration was commended for its landmark achievements within 100 days, stakeholders urged the government to prioritize harnessing natural resources to ensure that citizens benefit directly from these efforts.
To also be very strong to demolish it. When I came, I had a lot of information of certain interest group in the state in the oil and gas. I said, no. This is what the government needs. The government wants to ensure that the ordinary people in the community benefit from what belongs to them. The government wants to say that the Edo people have what belongs to them.
We have gone to pay for these licenses, procure these licenses so that we can enter arrangements with private participants and private investors. And the framework we are trying to build right now is such that we have the licenses, we are the owners, we invite private sector to come in, as investors, foreign or domestic investors, they come in. We own a percentage we take a percentage of the proceeds, maybe about 30 or 25%, and the private investors own about 60-65% of those proceeds. Then we will now, each party will now donate, or will I say give up another additional 5% of the proceeds of this mining to the community.
The only way you can preserve the future for your children is to run a responsible government. So if the equity is put at the interest of the community, and then we need to do proper education for the community that they should invest it. And the state government, I want to congratulate them. I see them recently trying to revive the Edo line. You see, it is an aberration to think that this neoliberalism, that there's no public sector cannot be involved in business. It's not true.
Enhancing the education sector, improving public security and safety, and advancing infrastructural development in Edo State were highlighted as critical to state's progress. Stakeholders stressed the need to address all identifiable gaps to achieve effective outcomes.
On security, and how has the government looked at security? It's important we first identify the kind of security situations that we have to deal with and what causes them. So they are basically grouped into three. Basically, of course, without taking away from the expertise of my co-panelists here. We're looking at security issues that have socio-cultural foundations that arise as a result of social issues, and some of them include cultism, thuggery and gangs, and heroism. Social restiveness.
The dialogue also recommended that the government engage experts in the health and agriculture sectors, offering incentives to enhance healthcare delivery and ensure food sufficiency.
Devil's policies and policy implementations in our climate is that we want everything to take over at the same time. We do not consider the possibility of rolling out certain things piecemeal. Whichever way you look at it, there are some schools that may not be able to go digital at that level, all at the same time. That really needs to be taken in. And so you could have, even in the civilized world, you're going to have some schools operating at a particular level, others are operating at another level, others are operating at another level.
I particularly love the amendment of some of the existing laws that now maximize more risk to offenders, and that makes it a strong warning, which means that if you are caught, these are the consequences. But like the moderator just said, there are so many laws out there, there are so many policies out there, and they're just there. Implementation of our policies is very, very important. how do you implement your policies? You may have good will, good political will, you put them in writing, but they will not on their own, just like the AI now, that is the reigning thing. You still need human effort.
The Secretary to Edo State Government, Barrister Musa Ihilo and Taiwo Akerele of the Policy House, shared their assessments of the administration's performance.
When it comes to issues like this, it should go beyond the politics. Very importantly, that look, the way to go is to engage community in security matters. Because as it is, the federal government does not even have the required architecture to cater to security. And I totally agree with you. If the state were to withdraw the constant support system it gives, it will collapse. It will collapse. Because part of it is to continue to give intervention, security vote, vehicles, fueling. We are doing all this. If it is not there, no police will agree to go anywhere for any exercise. We have had several operations. Kidnappings became notorious in Agenebode, in some part of other parts of Edo North and Edo Central. We had to mobilize up to 5, 6, 7 hillocks, and then all sorts of material mobilization to be able to flush the guys out and rescue the victims. So if the state government does not come in, even the federal government architecture, like he said, will not be able to cater to security needs of society.
Over the last 25 years, since inception since the return to democratic rule in Nigeria, Edo State has experimented with several developmental and policy options. With a population capped at 3.2 million people, as at the last census exercise carried out in 2006, and with an average growth rate of 0.2% in the last 18 years. As a policy and research think tank for over 16 years of operation, we can confidently say that given the right physical, micro, and macroeconomic policy and political environment, the present government, ably and humbly led by its disciplined senator of the Federal Republic, Edo indeed will rise again.
A communique was issued at the end of the dialogue, providing insights into the discussions and key outcomes of the meeting. Best Orator, reporting for BTV News.